can you share the typical pay scale for UI UX freshers starting in 2025, and how high can it grow with experience, or what are the companies in market that they hire for or look for UI UX designers?
Okay. So if I talk about the pay scale for a fresher who is
So how would you basically define what a UI designer does? Please share a simple roadmap for someone who is starting from zero today and wants to become a UI designer. Do you think that a formal degree is necessary to become a UI designer in 2025?
So Mridula, there has been a lot of talk regarding AI. There is a lot of innovations has been done. Even though being an engineer, it has been considering somewhere people have been considering as a threat, and some are saying it is a supportive tool. So what about the UI? Hello everyone, so welcome back to another episode of how to become a UI designer in 2025. I hope all of you are doing well. So today I'm super excited because we have a very special guest with us, Mridula. She's a talented game UI designer and she will be going to share her journey. And along with that, she will discuss about a beginner friendly roadmap to becoming a UI designer in 2025, resources to learn from, and tips for building a portfolio that's going to help you land in a very good company. And also, we will be knowing about her thoughts on the future of UI UX in 2025. So first of all, let's just not waste the time and welcome Mridula to our channel. So if you are one who are looking to become a UI UX designer in 2025, so this video will be going to be a very helpful for you.
Hi Mridula, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, how are you? How you have been doing?
Hey, hi Kajal. Thanks for inviting me to your podcast, and I'm doing really great. What about you?
Yeah, same here, Mridula, and it's been really great. Let's start from the beginning. So, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners and share how you began your journey as a UI designer? So, what basically made you to choose this career path?
So my journey started back in 2017, where I graduated in fine arts. After that, I've done internship of 6 months in a web and app development company. After that, I have 3 years of experience in a gaming company where I used to design UI for the games. So this is how everything started.
Okay, great. So, Mridula, I just want to know out of curiosity. So, you have always wanted to work in design only, or how did you discover that yes, you want to be a UI designer?
Okay, so art and design was always there in my journey. Basically, my father, he was also a very creative artist, and he used to paint for like straight 2-3 days. So I think I've got some of the genes from him, and yeah. So in starting, I didn't knew that I want to start in fine arts or design only. I was preparing for NEET, and I was really confused what to choose and what to not choose. But since I had good grades, so I chose NEET over designing. So I started preparing for it, and I got admission in government college. But then I was a stage came where I was like should I go for designing or should I go for the medical thing. But I was not feeling right going to the medical part, so silently I just took a turn, and I went into designing. I got admission in a designing college, and since then I know that I want to do something in designing only. So yeah, that's it.
Oh my god, it's been great to know like you are following your passion. In today's world, there are so many less number of people who are just following their passion, who dare to dream even. Because as far as I know, there are many of my friends who have been doing from the starting of their career those things, and they are not much into it. But I don't know how to say this, but you basically did a transition of your career. You have opted for medical in your class 12th, and then you have prepared for government college and you got that also, and then you have picked up the different career option, that is UI design, right?
Right.
So as you mentioned, your father was the biggest motivation or inspiration for you because you have just look up to him as he was
Right.
too much into creativity. So, can you
Right.
share your experience as a childhood, like what inspired you while looking at his craft or design?
So how, like, you wanted to be a artistic kind of a person, and how you came into UI, something digital kind of stuff?
Okay. Yeah, I was always fascinated with colors and how we compose things. Yeah, as an artist, you always look for the inspiration. You see the environment, you see the colors and everything, and then you compose things. So this is how I was into all of this, and gradually I saw career in designing. So I started in 11th 12th I had commercial art, so since then I was making advertisement and I was painting things and composing things. So this has always fascinated me, that how colors combine and they give a reflection of something which attract people. So yeah, this is how I came into it, and after that I did my graduation in fine arts, where I studied advertisement and how do we do campaign. Although being an artist and designer is completely different, because as a designer you have you work independently, right? You have freedom of using whatever palette or whatever medium you want to choose, but as a designer you are a little restricted over using what I mean, you don't have that kind of freedom, right? You have, because it is more of solving problem rather than just putting out things and using whatever medium or color you want. When it comes to designing, they give you a problem, they come up with the problem that the thing is not being highlighted the way it should be, and then you come up with a solution for it, that this is how you can display your work or do the advertisement to make it highlight. So there is always a difference between an artist and a designer. So I knew that I can solve the problem, and I can come with the solution. So this is how I started with it, and I am currently working in designing.
So it's been great to know about your journey, Mridula. So I just want to know, there are many people who have no idea or they never have heard of a UI design before. So how would you basically define what a UI designer does? So what UI is something that you can define?
Okay, so basically, UI is user interface. Whenever you use an app or something, you see the buttons and the icons in the menu. So, UI designer create everything. He or she designs the elements and colors. He uses the colors and the typography, which is easy for you to use. You can always compare some of the apps. Some are hard to understand, like you don't understand where is the back button, where is the go and start button, and in some of the apps it is very easy to navigate. So this is what user interface is, that how the app or the website or anything that is digital is going to appear on the screen. So how can we make it easy, and the appearance should look good as a UI designer, and how if we make easy for the user to understand it, that what user interface is.
So Mridula, can you give some real life example? Being a user, if I want to use your craft or your design, so where I can find your work or any UI designer work, whatever the app or any real life example you can elaborate or explain.
For if I talk about the example, you can see it everywhere. Whether you use IRCTC app or you use Zomato, Zepto, UI is everywhere. You see it everywhere. I mean, from today, as you know, the world is digital. So whether you log in for a bank, if you do internet banking, then that time also you are seeing the user interface. If you are buying something online, then also you see interface. That if you talk about Mintra or you talk about Nika, you have apps and you use it to buy products online. So all of it is UI only, that how Mintra is going to help you navigate with the shopping steps for the shopping thing. You add things to the cart, there is always a button for it to add things into the cart. It shows the count of the quantity or the number of the things or the items that you have bought. Then it shows the value, or it shows the price of it. So this all combinedly comes in UI, and as we are in a digital era today, so you see it everywhere.
I'm working as a backend developer, so I have heard that they are front end engineer who are developing and working on their front end or the UI design part. So, being a UI designer, what exactly would be your role, and how would be you designing that particular app? Like you have given example of Mintra or any other application. So, I just
Okay.
want to know out of curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, there is always a difference between a designer and a developer. You know it very well that in developer we have the front end developer, we have the back end developer, we have the full stack developers who work with both the back end and the front end. So they need a idea, they need a design that how the app is going to look, how we are going to code for it to make it run. So UI designer is going to design all the elements, and they'll explain the process. For example, if we are taking example of Myntra, okay? So in Myntra app, you go and you see a landing page where you see the logo of Myntra, or you see the loading screen. So everything is designed by the user interface, I mean UI designer. And we make the mock-ups, we make it on Figma or any other software which is convenient for the developer to understand. So we do all the structure thing and all the color elements, that the button will be of pink color and on that the text will be of white color. So this is all decided by a UI designer. So once the structure has been made, the designs has been made, now the design is given to the developer. So they code it and they run the app by that. They understand the flow. They see that first they have to make the landing page where there will be a logo, and after that there will be a login screen where the users can log in. So we design it and they code it so that it can be practically feasible for the user to use. So this is the difference.
Okay, great Mridula. You have made me clear in a very basic way. Right now, I am clear. Although I have an idea regarding front end engineer work, but yes, I wanted to let know that to the audience, because there are many people who are being bit confused about UI designer or front end engineer part. So you have given a great information regarding that. So moving on to the next. So do you think that a formal degree is necessary to become a UI designer in 2025, or is self-learning and a strong portfolio enough?
See, I myself have a degree in fine arts. I have a degree in art. But to be very honest, I would suggest that there are a lot of tutorials available in the market and they are free to use. It is just you have to have it in you that you want to study and learn, and you want to practically implement all of those things that you have learned into the market. So degrees, okay, if you have it, it's very good, it's a plus point, but it is not necessarily required to have a degree in designing. As you can see, there are a lot of things that are available in the market. The major platform is the YouTube channels that are available. They provide free courses for students to understand designing and how it works. Secondly, I would suggest that if you practice on the live projects. For example, if you have curiosity to redesign an app which is already running, if you are using Zomato or Myntra or any other app, and you see that there are issues with the user interface, that the colors are not synchronizing. So if you have that curiosity that you want to change it, so that is how you come into the market, and actually you can put it in the portfolio and you can take the feedback from the communities, or you can go to LinkedIn and connect with people and designers, and you can share your portfolio over there and you can take the feedback from them. So if you have the curiosity to learn and to experiment with the things and positively take the feedback and do the changes, so I don't think that a degree is that much important, because one thing is that if you see in the market, there are a lot of people who have degree in BTech, who have a degree in BCom and everything, but still they are doing well in designing. So there are a lot of people holding different degrees, but still they are doing well in designing. So the main thing is that you should have interest in it. That's all.
Okay, great, Mridula. I totally agree with you because even there is BTech degree, but there are many persons who have never done BTech degree and they are doing a great job as a developer. They have been hired as a developer in several big MNCs and they are just doing tremendous work as a developer. So yes, skill set is needed. Degree is not that important. Skill is important. If you are learning from any tutorial and you are working on your skill set, then you are good to go. So
Right.
degree will never be an obstacle. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Right.
Yeah, so could you please share a simple roadmap for someone who is starting from zero today and wants to become a UI designer?
Okay, so for a person who is a beginner, first of all, he or she needs to clarify that are they going in designing part just because they love drawing or painting, because it is not necessary. So, there are designers who does not know how to paint or draw or sketch, but still they are doing well. So first of all, you need to clarify that you want to be an artist or a designer. Secondly, if you want to pursue in designing, you can go for online courses and learn basic design principles, color schemes, typography, and layouting, composition. So these are the basics that you need to learn. Then you can go for the softwares like Figma is a free software that is available, so you can start with it. And they also provide free tutorial. You can check their YouTube channel as well, and they keep updating about new updates that they come up with, so you can check it out over there. And then you can either start your own project. I mean, if you have any idea regarding an app that is required in the market, any health related or fintech related, so you can just start with it, start a project with scratch. Or you can just take any of the live projects that are already there in the market, as we have already discussed, like Myntra, Zomato, Blinkit, or anything. The app you think that can be better in terms of UI, you can just pick up the project, you can do the changes, and you can show the framework of how the things are done. You have to show the process that I come up with this solution by making the mood boards, by making the wireframes, by layouting or color changes that have been done. So you have to explain all of it, and then you make a small portfolio, and then you share with the designers or the communities, and you can take the feedback. So this is how you start. That's it.
Okay. So, as you mentioned that one can start, or even they can start from the online courses, or the free YouTube channels are already there. So would you recommend for absolute beginners any online courses, books, communities, or any YouTube channel that have helped you to shape up your career as a UI designer?
Oh, yeah. Online, you have YouTube, so you can check out some of the courses over there. You have Udemy, you have Coursera. You can learn the courses, and you can get the certificate. You can put it in on LinkedIn. So there are a lot of communities that you can find on LinkedIn as well. You can put your portfolio on Behance, where people can check out your work and connect with you. So this is how you start with your journey. You should connect with people. You can display your work on Behance, on LinkedIn, and learn courses on YouTube and Udemy, Coursera.
So I hope the resources that you have shared must be going to be helpful for the beginners who have just been starting their journey as UI designer. So I have heard of UI and UX designers as well, because whenever I open LinkedIn, as you mentioned, I have probably seen there are many job openings for UX designers as well. So I'm pretty confused because I have not been too much into designing parts. So, can you elaborate how UI and UX designers have really been different from each other? What are their roles and responsibilities? And if you are starting your journey, so can you jump into UX directly, or you have to go through UI first, then only you can opt for UX? So, could you please elaborate being into this journey from so long? You can guide the beginners who want to start their journey in 2025.
Okay, yeah. So you see, UI and UX both work hand in hand. So a person can have both the skill of a UI UX designer, and most of the people demand for a person to have skill of both the UI UX. Now, if I say what is the difference between the UI and UX is, UI is the display. I mean how the app is going to look. That is what UI is. When you talk about UX, it is the user experience, that how smooth you can make for a user to navigate in an app. See, if we talk about UI, it is about the color or the font style or the depth or the drop shadow and everything that you do changes of how the app is going to look. But a UX designer, he or she researches for it, that how the app is going, how the user is going to navigate, how easy we can make for the person to navigate in the app. For example, like where should the back button be, so that the person can easily click on it and reach to the previous page, or where the go start page should be there. I mean the button should be there, so that he can navigate through it. So that what the UX designers do. They do the research for how to make it easy for the user to use it. So in current situation, people demand for both in a person to have both the skills of a UI and a UX designer. So if you have the skills of both, it is great. You can directly jump into UX research, but you should have a slight idea of how UI is done, what is the process of it. It is not completely important for you to understand the typography or the color schemes and everything. That is the headache of a UI designer, that how it should look. You can directly jump into UX research as well, so that's completely okay.
Mridula, you have used this topography word many a times. Actually, I'm not able to understand what exactly topography is. So, can you tell me what is exactly this is all about?
Typography is the text or the font style that you are using. There are a lot of type of fonts that you use. If you make a you can, you know that if you are making a funky poster, you use fonts which are very funky, very wiggly, and have curves in it. When you are making a poster for I mean Roman or any ethnic style thing, then you use something very serious kind of font, which are straight, which are not really funky. So you use different fonts for different posters or banners and everything. So that what typography is, that how the font is going to look, and its appearance.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, my bad. I spelled it wrong. It's typography, yeah. I learned a new word today. It's been great, yeah.
So now moving on to the next. So can you share the typical pay scale for UI UX freshers starting in 2025, and how high can it grow with experience, or what are the companies in market that they hire for or look for UI UX designers?
Okay. So if I talk about the pay scale for a fresher who has just joined the market, for them it's nearly 2.5 to 5 LPA, and after a couple of years, if you have gained some experience, it can go from 8 to 15 LPA, right? And if you have an experience of more than 5 years, then it goes from 8 LPA to 25 LPA, and it may vary. You can get more packages also. So it all depends on it. It depends on how you show your portfolio and showcase your skills. It completely depends on that.
So, which companies or industries typically hire UI UX designers for freshers positions in 2025?
Yeah, as I told you before, that it is a digital world right now. So there are many, any product or service based company will hire UI designer or freshers and everything. So it can be a tech company, a fintech company, e-commerce company. So whichever company needs all the digital things are required. For example, app or websites to be designed, or something digital interface which is required to be designed, they need a UI designer. And some of the companies who have low budget, or they want somebody to learn from them the process and the pipeline, so they generally go for the freshers. So you can always go for a edtech or a fintech company or a e-commerce platform. You can also go in gaming if you have interest, but it is a bit different from what we generally do in web and app development company, because there are a lot more of colors combination, and then you have to go into the concept art and everything. So it's a bit different from it, slightly different, but yeah, you can go in gaming industry as well. So everything which is going on digitally, you can go and have a job in it.
Okay, so could you please name some of the companies, as you have mentioned fintech, edtech, as there are many beginners who want to start their career. So, do you think that there is market for UI designer as a fresher, or some very good companies? Name any good companies that have been looking for freshers, or they are only looking for experienced professional only who have been experienced as a UI designer.
So, yeah, there are a lot of companies that are providing jobs for freshers. If we talk about the MNCs or the big size companies, first of all, they provide training program or the internships for the freshers, and after that, the best of the interns are provided with the employment letter. So in MNCs, this kind of process goes on. For example, if we talk about Disney, Pixar, or big companies where there is a strength of thousands of employees are there. So in that kind of cases, first of all, they'll always provide training to you, and after that they'll give you the employment letter. So for the UI, if we talk about the fintech edtech companies, there is Byju's, and it's Infosys, TCS, CoinSwitch, Grow App. So if I talk about the list of companies, it is going to go on. If you can check all the jobs in the market through the apps like Naukri.com, Intershala, or LinkedIn is also a platform, Glassdoor. So there are a lot of companies which are providing jobs to freshers.
So Mridula, I just want to know one thing from you, that if there is a fresher, right, and the fresher want to build their portfolio, so if they do not have any real client projects, so how do they can start and build their first portfolio? So what would you suggest them?
Okay. So if you are a fresher and you don't haven't built your portfolio till now, so you can still and you don't have a live project, but you still can do it. You can take any existing app and research for it and understand the challenges that user might face. You can take any app like a fitness app, or you can take a food delivery app like Zomato or Blinkit, and you can just go through the app and understand the challenges, and you can do the changes, and you can share your process, that how you came up with the solution, like showcasing the mood boards that were required or the wireframes that were required. So you can just explain the process and how you came up with the solution and what you did better in that app. So this is how you can do, this is the one method. Or secondly, you can just come up with an idea of an app that you want to create, which is required in our day to day time, or with if you have a useful app, you can just design that app and you can conclude that this is why we need this app, and how it is going to help people or the user. So this is the way you can add things in your portfolio.
So Mridula, there has been a lot of talk regarding AI. There is a lot of innovations has been done. Even though being an engineer, it has been considering somewhere people have been considering as a threat, and some are saying it is a supportive tool. So what about the UI? So should fresher or experienced one consider it as a threat or a supportive one?
I would suggest to take it as a supportive one, because you know that AI is going to be there and it's going to develop a lot. So we should always take it as a support. See, sometimes it takes a lot of time to do the brainstorming part and come up with some ideas. So yes, we have a support system. We can just write a prompt and get things from it. We take references from our environment as well, like we go and see the references, we make the mood board. For that also we require a lot of research and references. So instead of that, we can just go to ChatGPT or some other AI tool like Gemini, and we can just we can write all the things that we need, and we can come up with the solution faster in a better time limit. So we should always take it as a support system. See, ideation and idea generation will always come through a designer. And if you see what AI does is it gathers all the information from the environment, right? And after that it comes up with the solution. So it cannot create something, it can just gather things together and it can conclude something out of it. So as a designer, you always need to be creative and stand out of what already is going on. That is what the basic thing is.
I totally agree with you, Mridula. It's just we have to keep working on our skill set. Yeah, average people obviously will always be going to replace. It's just that we have to work hard on our skill set so that we can compete with AI, or we can consider it as a supportive tool. Means we have to upskill ourselves and we have to keep
Right.
learning AI tools along with our particular one job we are doing currently. Along with AI, we can take
Yes.
it as sorry. Okay, done. So, Mridula, moving on to the next. So, what one piece of advice you would like to leave for beginners who are dreaming of becoming UI designer?
Okay, so one piece of advice that I would suggest is be consistent, keep working hard towards your goal, and try to be creative. See your environment, study it, and then come up with something which is different and unique in their own way. And secondly, don't compare an artist with a designer. An artist is a person who has freedom to work in any medium or any, I mean, they are free, they can represent anything they want. And if you think that you can do the sketching part and coloring part, that doesn't mean that you can be an artist, the designer. If you want to be a designer, then you should have a idea that you have to come up with a solution for the client or whatever customer you are giving your services to. So that is a very important thing. And obviously, even if you are not creative and you working hard towards your skills and you are into it, then you will always do well. So that is what I would say suggest. And in nowadays people are asking that you have to be AI educated to, I mean, you have to mention it in your resume that you are AI educated. So always take it as a support system and try to work with it. I mean, it will always reduce your time that was previously consumed. I mean, 3 to 4 hours used to be taken to complete one thing, but now it is not necessary. You can just go and think of it and write a prompt and do stuff very easily and early. So it is good to be AI educated. That is not a threat. So this is what it is.
Yeah, Mridula, you have shared a lot of good information about UI. Even though I had no clue about UI designers, I have not done such a podcast, or not from even my friends have just been doing these kind of UI UX stuff. So from you today, I have learned a lot. I have gathered a lot of information. So I'm not saying that audience will be taking up something from you. It's I'm also taking up a lot from you. You have been a motivator because you took up a very great career and you left the medical, and you have just inspired a lot of people who dare to dream, and you dreamt of becoming a UI designer, and you're fulfilling your aspirations, and you are just going onto that road, and you have
Thank you.
inspired a lot of students, freshers, and experienced one who are watching this podcast. I really appreciate that you took up your time and came onto my channel
Thank you.
and have shared a valuable information.
Thank you so much. Lastly, I wanted to add something to it
Mhm.
that aspirants need to understand that feedback is important for a designer. So always be ready for every kind of, whether it's negative or positive, feedback is very important. So just go for it and don't lose your confidence because of it. Keep trying and keep experimenting things. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mridula. You came up to my channel and shared. And yeah, I will provide your LinkedIn ID. You are active on LinkedIn, any other social
Okay.
platform?
Yes, 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 I am. I will surely share my LinkedIn profile with you. You can connect with me.
Yeah, yeah. So all those who are watching this podcast, or any kind of doubt you have, so you can ping Mridula, or even though you can leave in comment section. So whatever will be possible, all the questions that have not been covered in the video will be answered. And so thank you so much, Mridula, for coming to my channel and sharing such a valuable info. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Kajal. Thank you for connecting with me. It was a very great experience. Hope to connect with you more in future. Thank you so much. And surely I'll help you, you guys out. Any question, any query you have, please come up. Thank you so much.
Sure, Mridula, I would love to connect. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye bye.